Who else is out there? We got Brian Lua. It's it's some good fighters out there, man. That were with me in the amateurs as well.
What's going on with Mikey? Is he going to stay at 147 or he's coming back down?
I'm not sure. I really hope he comes back down because he looks like he's struggling up in those big weight classes.
A lot of times guys that are great fighters, like I'm a huge Mikey guy, right? Been a huge Mikey guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of times guys are so skilled, right? And have the experience in the gyms with top guys and shit, that they can perform above where they're supposed to be, right? But then they run into where the size does make the difference. And now you're kind of caught because you're like, I could whoop 47s. Yeah. But Earl, I had to not take a chance on getting whooped, so I would like to see Mikey go back. I mean, I don't know how low, but he's proven that he could beat top 47s or bigger guys, but that upper, when you start fucking with Bud and Earl and all them and they giving you problems, you don't
even once you get in there with a guy that's bigger, man, you automatically like, oh shit, this guy's.
You really figure out why there's weight classes, right? Yeah. You really figure that shit out. But most guys, especially gym guys, PORKCHOP, and you could probably attest to this. A lot of guys who give you the greatest work in the gyms, for camps and shit, well, they not fighting at their real weight anyway. They bigger, but they not really bigger if they was contenders and shit.
Yes.
You get in there with a top guy who's fighting that weight class that you're actually not supposed to be at, you recognize it immediately.
Oh.
We're in that's where I'm at now. We're in camp with Jared Hurd, right? We've been in camp with him 2 months now. Jared Hurd is a big motherfucker, man. And the thing is, he makes 54, and he's gonna make 54. Quentin is a long, lanky welterweight, right? Mm-hmm. He can't fight Jared Hurd at 175, 180 pounds like he does these guys who come in the gym that's 165, 170 pounds, but they really not. If they got in shape, they would be 54s, right? Yes. So you know immediately when you get in there with a guy and he's touching your body and shit, you're like, uh-oh. And yeah. I think that's what happened with Mikey, because I'm such a Mikey guy and I was rooting for him. I didn't pick him against Earl, but I was this close to picking him. And I said, man, I really think Earl's he's that big and fucking strong, man. It's going to be the difference. And I think that's what made the difference. And Mikey seen it real quick because he bit down in that second or third round. I forget what round it was. Mikey said, fuck this. I need to just go. And he went. And he didn't. It didn't make no right. So he said, "All right, I'm just not gonna let this motherfucker hurt me." Yeah, that's what I seen anyway. But
so effective, You start
right.
But a lot of that had to be a lot of that was the credit to Earl Spence, because we seen him do the same thing to Danny Garcia. Mm-hmm. I mean, Danny couldn't fucking
couldn't handle.
Wasn't effective.
Well, yeah. The feather in Mikey's cap is this, and nobody talks about this. Because fucking nobody knows. The feather in the cap of Mikey is that Earl Spence got ready to box. He didn't think he was gonna walk through Mikey, so he stuck to his boxing. Yeah. So Mikey should say, to himself, that motherfucker knows I'm the real deal, and he got ready for the real deal, and he boxed. So he beat me. Let me bring my monkey ass back to 40, where I could back these boys up. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah,
I could be wrong,
but he's keep lingering around at 147, saying he wants to fight there.
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Feels good at that weight, then go all for it, man. I mean, it's your life, right?
Right? Because what the business part that nobody sees is this: once you make it to the money fights, and you know what I mean, PORKCHOP, the money fights, the life-changing fights.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's hard.
Man, I'm not gonna give you. You can't make $3 million on this one, but we'll pay you, $755,000. Wait a fucking minute. I need that $3 million, man. I need to get back up there. So that's when management matters. That's when people like Cameron Duncan weaves you through the fucking spots. You know what I'm saying, to get that best money for you. But So he's really in a catch-22. You know, I don't know what he made against Earl, but I imagine it was a lot. They fought in Cowboy Stadium and shit. I imagine he don't need a fight. So it's hard to get him. It's hard to get him to get excited about fighting a guy, you know, that's going, like I said, you know, $500,000, $750,000. You know, what the fuck am I doing here, man? I just fought for whatever, you know. And that's the business side of the game. I think that people don't really see, especially fans, because fans think of boxers like teams, and it's not. It's nothing like that. So he
made $3 million on that fight.
See what I'm saying? So it's like Porkchop's gonna build his fan base, right? And he's got me, right? Well, I'm different. I'm in boxing, so I know different shit. But a fan will jump on Porkchop and be like, Porkchop's the fucking man, I'm riding with him, right? So as a fan, he starts mapping out Porkchop's career in his mind. He's like, we need to fight this guy, this guy, this guy. He has no fucking clue that this guy ain't worth fighting because I can make the money with this guy. Yeah. And this, you know, they don't think like that. They think like, you know, like a 16-game season. Well, we got to fight this guy, this guy, this guy. No, bro, that shit don't work like this. This is contract work.
Fights that aren't even, for example, like you got Devin Haney, you got Ryan Garcia, you got Teofimo Lopez. Everybody wants them to fight because, I mean, they're the top dogs. But at the end of the day, they're gonna. Well, they got
to shuffle them cards and figure out how to play the cards. Right, exactly.
That's a very good point, and I wanted to bring that up with this guy Ryan Garcia. There was all that talk that he wanted to, you know, make this Tank fight, and all of a sudden last week Ryan's talking about passing that up because he wants to make this huge fight, and speculations have been that it's Pacquiao. So my question is this: one, do we really want to see a Ryan Garcia Pacquiao fight? And two,
Pacquiao, he might be old and shit, but man, Pacquiao, I don't know.
Would he beat him?
Ryan Garcia don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about. He's looking at that Pac-Man check.
Exactly.
See, he's not a 47, but he'll take a Pac-Man fight thinking he can win
and take the loss. Do you think you actually think he's going to win? I mean, do you think?
That shit.
Do you think that Ryan Garcia believes he can beat Manny Pacquiao?
Nah.
Yeah, man. Ryan Garcia ain't afraid of these dudes. He's a young kid. He don't know no better. He'll know when he gets in there.
It's not a matter of being afraid. I ain't afraid of death, but I know that's going to come one day.
You afraid of death? You afraid of death? I'm afraid of death too, motherfucker. You never been in a life and death situation.
Oh shit!
No, but
I see this much on a check. I'm gonna go in there and do.
Well, that's what I mean by it. Not does he dream about a Pac-Man fight and I'll beat him? No.
Yeah.
Bro, those commas and zeros, man, all of a sudden make you feel like you can beat anybody. Now, once you get in the ring, that's something different. But what is Ryan Porkchop? 35? He's a 35-pounder?
35, yeah. Or 30, no, 130.
Yeah, I think he's 130.
Okay, he's 130. So he's plenty big enough for Pac-Man size-wise, but he's not boxing-wise. He's a 130. There's too much money on the table down there at 130 with all those elite guys that he needs to get navigated through. And here's the thing. When they was talking that Tank shit, to me, regardless if you think Ryan wins or Tank wins, from a coach's standpoint, and let me put my manager's hat on. Do we fight Tank out of all the three? No, you don't.
No,
that's silly. You fight the guy who don't knock nobody out if you're going to fight one of them. And then if you get past him, then you go get Tank. And then hopefully if you could beat him, T.O. fucking finishes making the money he deserves because they kind of got him with that fight. And then y'all figure that out. But skipping all that to go fight a Pac-Man fight, that just helps Pac-Man if you're a little guy like that and he's trying to make some money. I don't know, but I didn't think the Tank fight made sense, even though they're in the same division and all that. But like, if you Ryan Garcia, and I'm not the Garcia guy, believe me, but if I'm Garcia's management and you got Haney, Tank, and T.O., who do you take first? I don't think you fight the guy who fought the better fighter who was getting beat, in my opinion. And then he dropped the bomb on Leo. He dropped the bomb on him, but Leo was giving him all the fits in the world, like I figured he would, till he clipped him. So you don't put your young boy, who just got up off the deck in there with a puncher, even though he probably could win, but you don't do that. You go get Haney and let Haney throw them combinations, but he ain't gonna hurt it. That to me, that makes more sense.
I don't think that conversation should be even held yet. I don't think Ryan, when it comes to those three fighters, I think Ryan needs to have a couple more fights beneath him before. I mean, under his belt before he starts fighting.
Oh, but here's the problem.
How are you gonna go
already? He's a star already.
So how old is he? How old is he?
Who?
You got to be. Yeah, you got to.
About your age, Porkchop? About
20,
your age?
20, yeah, I fought all of them in amateurs, other than Teofimo.
What you think Ryan Garcia should do?
He's 22. He's 22.
22.
What should Ryan Garcia do, Porkchop?
Shoot, just go for the money, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you got to stay safe, man. You got to make.
But do you go for the long money or do you go for the quick money?
I'm gonna go for quick money.
Especially if I never heard nothing about that Pac-Man thing, but if it's a Pac-Man thing, that's the quick big money, right? You gonna go fucking. That's everybody wants that. Mikey wants that. Everybody wants that.
But he's talking about retiring early at an age, you know. So that's his mentality is getting quick money because he's already talking about retirement.
Who, Garcia?
Yeah, he had mentioned something about retiring it at an age like 26 or something, because he says a lot of stuff about he doesn't like violence in the world, and
excuse me.
I think whoever talked up a Pac-Man fight, that's silly anyway. Pac-Man ain't finna fight 130 pounder. You can't.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
you can't hardly sell that. But what you can sell.
At the end of the day, I think all these people, man, they're fantasizing on crazy shit. You know, like me, I'm more realistic, and I'm
gonna tell you something, man. You in the division, you show up and show out. You in the division, getting the calls real easy. You know, 15 fights, 14 fights, you get the call. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they need somebody for Garcia. They need somebody for Tank Haney, whoever. You ready? And it's go time. You know.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm ready. I'm ready now. I just haven't had that opportunity to, you know, show my skills and to show everybody that I can do it.
Don't get too far away from your Wi-Fi.
I just need that door to be open, which is going to be this fight. I'm sure everybody's going to watch it on Showtime and realize that I'm the real deal.
Not to, because no fighter needs no more pressure, of course, but there's an opportunity, man. You show up and put this fucking guy away, man. You already know how valuable that is on Showtime. So you're always 2-3 fights away from, you know, getting the fucking call. Look at the game has changed, man. You used to need 25, 30 fights to get a shot. Guys are fucking title fights at 13 fights, 14 fights, you know, and it's up to the guys and their coaches to be ready for that, you know, and you're in a stacked division. Guess what? If it's 3-4 top guys, that's 3-4 top people that need fights, right? And so you come in there and stick a stick in the fucking spokes, you know what I'm saying, and disrupt some shit. And just like that, overnight, you become a Banana Rosario or one of these guys who wasn't supposed to win, and then he goes in there and beats some motherfucker's ass. Now he's the man. So that's what's great about being in a stacked division. And believe me, as they opening up boxing, even if they calling it, you know, half crowds or whatever, they getting crowds again. They opening it up. They gonna need fights. All these guys got to perform. All of them. All of them got to perform.
Yeah, I know for a fact, like, everybody around the world that's fighting now knows my name. I mean, I've fought them before. I'll throw out names that I've fought before. Virgil Ortiz, I fought Ryan Garcia, I fought Devin Haney, I fought, you know, it's the top dogs.
All of them
are on different weight classes, different divisions, and they know my name because, I mean, I gave them a hell of a fight, and I beat some of these guys too in the amateurs. And
that's a story to tell. That's how you sell a fight. Everybody wants to know. Hey, Porkchop fought these boys in the amateurs too. He's right there. Okay, they got the gas. Somebody put him out there. Here he comes. Let's go. That's what I'm saying, man.
Impress me, man. I mean, I know what they got, and I know how hard they hit, and it's nothing impressive.
How would you rank those guys, Porkchop? Those top three. I guess you got to say Lomachenko's in there too. So how would you rank those 4 guys? Loma, T.O., Tank, and Haney. How would you rank them? Best to number one down.